Hi folks, Eddie Smith here, Country Road Entertainment. Well, this was an interesting week. We actually got to see Travis Tritt. That was kind of cool. We saw him last night. Obviously, there's no filming allowed. Seems like we're plagued with that lately. If you don't follow us on Facebook, do so. We actually were able to go live a couple times this week. Saw some great bands. If you go to chandlercountry.com, that still redirects to the Facebook group, so you'll see them on there quite a bit too. If you are in the Arizona area, that is still the place to go to find everything that's country. So we are the ones that post every day, daily, who's playing, when, and where. So definitely check that out. Some really cool live clips on there. Today, not really very an exciting day here. We're doing a little RV maintenance, so we're going to bring you along. And for those of you who are maybe new RVers and maybe haven't ran into this issue yet, I've RV'd in the past before I owned my own, but you know, it's different when you have someone else's, because when you're done with it, you know, you clean it out, you empty the tanks, and you move on with life. Well, I made a real silly rookie mistake, and should be a quick fix. We're going to do that, and I'm thinking we're going to then take Betsy, give her a little bath. We haven't had time to do that since we've owned her. So that being said, we're on our way there now, and I will show you what happened, and then we're going to take you through the process of how I'm going to hopefully rectify it. All right, now there may be some things that I need to do, don't do. I may do all the above just to cover my butt, but we'll show you. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Folks, okay, so we are back at the rig. All right, so I had talked about it when we were back down in Tombstone a week ago when we were doing that episode. So the long story short is, I left water in the hot water heater. Didn't think it was gonna be a big deal for a few weeks, and it was like 2 or 3 weeks, that was it. But I could be wrong. I mean, we missed a trip in between due to weather. That being said, I'm gonna give it a flush here, or at least empty it, and then see if I need to flush the system out completely or not. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show you what we're doing here in just a moment. I've seen a couple of videos on it. Can't hurt to do another one. I'm learning from it. So for those of you out there who haven't come across this, it will happen. And I actually talked to some part-time RVers that I know in the area, and that's one of those things that, unfortunately, with the temperatures in Arizona, it can happen. So lesson learned. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to show you what I have here, what we're going to do, and the steps behind it. It's real simple. All right, folks, now I'm going to put this in the actual tags and description below. This is a 2019 Coleman 2155 bunkhouse. Okay, so I never really see anything for this rig online. I mean, they're all the same for the most part. I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure this is an Atwood, which is pretty standard. I mean, there's 2 types from what I'm aware of. The thing is that, yeah, when you go searching for this rig, you don't find anything. But so the first thing I want to do here, though, is I'm going to, we'll leave that in there. I want to relieve the pressure. Now at this point, I'm following the directions on here. I haven't seen any other videos where it's been done, but I actually removed the contacts from the battery terminal in the front of the rig. So now I'm going to get out of the way here, and I'm going to go ahead and relieve some pressure. Okay, well, nothing's coming out. That's not a bad thing. But I'm going to leave that open, so at least while I'm doing this, I'm going to have some air come out. This is not exactly what I had in mind, what I brought. I couldn't actually get it behind here, so I'm just going to loosen this up here. Probably not the best video in the world for this, but I mean, this will work. My sockets were not shallow enough to get quite behind here, which is interesting because in any video I saw, this piece here, there was a little bit more clearance. Okay, we're not quite there yet. All right, so we're gonna let that flush out. As I mentioned, at this point, there's no power or anything hooked up to this at all. And yeah, that water is pretty rank, so I think that is definitely our culprit. Okay, folks, so now as you can see, we're getting kind of towards the end. I'm just gonna let it dribble out. So we cut through a lot of that here, folks, and where we're at, unfortunately, we don't have a water hookup. But generally, what everybody recommends is one of these. And what you would do is you would hook this end up to your hose, turn this on, and then you would have pressure, and you just rinse out that tank. You get out any sediment, any extra water, what have you. That kind of smelled rank. Now, since we don't have that, we're not going to be able to do that here, but it will be done hopefully today. But I just wanted to get through this part because honestly and truthfully, I didn't find a whole lot on it. Hey folks, we're kind of speeding things up. I looked at the time and everything like that, but I hope you got the kind of the gist of that. Just be sure, in my opinion, to unplug power from the battery, and then go ahead and open up the pressure release valve. We didn't have anything come out, just a little bit of air, and then at that point you can open up the tank and let it go from there. At which time you just run some water through, see if it's clear. Now there is a solution, and I have it right here that you can use. Just depends on your preference. This is the Camco Spring Wash. Same thing you would probably use if you're dewinterizing or something like that. This is pre-mixed essentially, or so you don't have to like worry about a combination like you would say with bleach. In the future, I probably will use bleach because one, it's cheaper, and really honestly, what's the difference? So with that, you put X amount of bleach based on how big your water tank is, and then kind of rock the trailer or go for a ride, and then flush it twice. And basically, dump it. You can run it through. A lot of people say run it through all your taps or shower and everything. Get that all into your gray. Dump your gray. Fill the fresh water up again. Repeat, and that'll clean out your lines. Clean out the tank, everything. And the main goal here, of course, today is just to make sure that whatever we had in the hot water tank is out. And it looks to me like we are good to go. So Nolan, my little buddy, and I are gonna head over to the RV self-wash. Now, I've never done this. So we're actually gonna set up a time lapse and you can just see how horrible I look. And the interesting thing is, and as always, there's always a story with us. I mean, it's just how we are. I mean, it would probably be even funnier if Carly was here today, but she is off doing something else. But with when you go to a self-serve RV wash, you need to have a ladder. I have ladders. They are either too big or they're too small. And based on time constraints and, just convenience, we went with the short one. So basically it's a glorified step stool. But I think we're going to be okay when we get out there. I mean, you got long extensions for the brushes and everything like this, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be something like out of a bad comedy because, yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. The only thing I know for sure, and I'm going to pass it on to you, I actually picked this up from watching Mark and Trish on Keep Your Daydream. They're an awesome channel. They're full-time RVers, and they vlog everything like that from the road. But one thing I didn't know until Mark said it one day when they were at a wash was when you're doing the power spray, make sure that you do not spray at the windows directly. You want to be kind of passive about that, and that makes sense. I mean, the way these things are designed, I can see water at direct contact with a lot of pressure. Definitely see that going in. So anyhow, so that being said, we're going to head over there now, and once we get there, we'll set up and we'll just do a quick time lapse so you can see what kind of disaster it's going to be. Hey, it might be great. You never know. Carly always says I figure everything out. I just want it clean and I don't want to break anything. So, we'll see you in a few minutes.